Liam, do you have a moment? I have something really important to talk about.
Jody? What's wrong?
Well, I feel really awful about this, but I want to call off our engagement.
Wait, what? Out of nowhere?
The truth is, I've fallen for someone else. He's liked me for a long time, and well, I've started to develop serious feelings for him too.
So, you're cheating on me?
Oh, no, it's not like that. I haven't done anything with him. Actually, he had a girlfriend too, but they broke up recently. And so I've been thinking...
And now you want to be with him?
Yeah, I do. Apparently he had his reasons for not pursuing me before. He wanted to be with me, but since I was engaged to you, he gave up and chose to date someone else. But now he's decided to be honest with his feelings. He let go of his previous relationship, and when I heard that, I couldn't ignore what I was feeling anymore. I realized I want to be with him too. So please, Liam, can you let me go and be with the man I'm meant for?
I see.
Liam, I can't marry you while I'm feeling this way. It wouldn't be fair to you. And I know this is incredibly selfish, but I can't lie to myself or to you, so I'm really, really sorry.
I get it. That's enough. I won't force you to stay. Our engagement wasn't fully settled anyway. We'd only just started planning when to meet each other's parents. It's not like we had a wedding date set yet. It's complicated, and yeah, it hurts. But if your heart isn't with me anymore, then there's nothing to be done.
I really am sorry, Liam.
Then let's just tell our parents we've decided to part ways. Once that's done, we'll leave it all behind us.
Yeah, I understand. Thank you for everything.
Same to you.
Goodbye. Liam, what the hell was that?
Whoa, Emma, calm down. What happened?
It's your ex-fiancé.
Jody? What about her? I haven't seen or spoken to her since we broke off the engagement.
Well, you might want to sit down for this. She's been messing with my fiancé.
Wait, what? Hold on. What exactly do you mean by that?
Jody is trying to get with Arnold.
No, that's impossible. That can't be right. You and Arnold already moved in together, and you're literally getting married next week. Jody told me she fell for someone who'd just become single, and that was why she ended things with me. But Arnold isn't single. You two are still together. How the hell did we end up in this situation?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
All right, slow down. Tell me everything from the beginning. I need to know exactly what happened.
Okay, so this morning I was at Arnold's apartment. You know how he's been having trouble with that weird woman who won't leave him alone?
Yeah, I remember you mentioned something about that before.
Well, she kept showing up, sending him messages, hanging around the building, all kinds of creepy stuff. So I figured I'd stay over today to help keep an eye on things. And then just a little while ago, guess who showed up at his door?
No way. Are you telling me that the stalker is Jody?
Bingo.
You've got to be kidding me!
I wish I was.
What did she do?
Well, at first we didn't answer the door, but she just stood out there talking to herself, saying all kinds of crazy stuff. Stuff like, I broke off my engagement for you, and now we can finally be together. You should be happy.
What the hell?
Yeah, exactly. She sat there right in front of the door for at least 30 minutes. It's just rambling on about how everything was finally falling into place, how Arnold should be grateful, and how she had made this huge sacrifice for their love. It was surreal.
Jesus!
Eventually, the landlord saw her sitting there and came over to check what was going on. He told her she had to leave, and she finally got up and left, but not before making it painfully obvious that she had been planning to stay the night.
Wait, what do you mean?
She had a damn suitcase with her, Liam. Like a full-on rolling carry-on bag.
You're joking!
I wish I was.
Oh man, that's a whole new level of insane!
Right?
But wait, Jody doesn't actually know what I look like, does she?
No, I don't think so. I don't think she ever saw you in person when we were engaged.
Exactly, and I'm pretty sure she has no idea that Arnold's fiancée is actually my sister.
Yeah, that would explain a lot. I only recognized her because you sent me that picture of her before. When I saw her through the peephole, I thought she looked familiar, but I couldn't quite place her at first. Then I grabbed my phone, checking the photo again with Arnold, and bam, there she was.
Damn, this is insane. None of this makes any sense.
I know, right?
Jody told me she fell for someone who was already taken but had recently broken up with their partner. That was her entire reason for breaking off her engagement, but you and Arnold are still together. So who the hell was she talking about?
That's what I want to know. How did she even get it into her head that Arnold was suddenly available? Where is this coming from?
I have no idea, but one thing's for sure, we need to deal with this before it escalates.
Are you sure you want to get involved? I mean, I don't want to drag you into this mess if you don't have to be.
It's fine. Honestly, I should have asked more questions when Jody broke things off with me. I didn't push for details at the time, and maybe that was a mistake. But more importantly, she clearly doesn't know that you and Arnold are still together. Someone needs to tell her the truth before she causes even more trouble.
You really think that'll help?
I don't know, but if she's under some delusion that Arnold is single and waiting for her, then at the very least we need to correct that. Otherwise, she might keep showing up.
Yeah, I really don't want to deal with another scene like today.
I'll message her right now and see if I can get her to explain herself.
All right, thanks, Liam. And hey, if things get weird, don't hesitate to call me, okay?
I will. Jody, it's been such a long time. I've been meaning to talk to you about something, and I hope you don't mind.
Liam, what's going on? If this is about getting back together, then you should know that I'm not interested. And for the record, I'm actually in a really bad mood right now, so don't expect any pleasantries.
It's not about that. I just have something I really need to ask. It's a pretty big deal for me, and I need you to answer honestly, okay?
Fine, I'm listening. What's this about?
The person you fell for. His name is Arnold, right?
Wait, what? I never told you anything about him. Did you seriously go looking for this? If you've done anything to Arnold, you won't like the consequences.
No, it's not like that at all. In fact, Arnold, well, he's actually someone I know.
Wait, you know him?
Yeah, we go way back. He was a junior of mine back in college, and we've stayed in touch ever since. We've always been good friends.
Oh, well, that's a huge coincidence, I guess. So, do you know where he might be tonight? I went to his apartment today thinking we'd be moving in together, but when I got there, the place was empty. I waited around hoping he'd come back, but after a while, the landlord showed up and threatened to call the cops on me. I had no choice but to leave. I'm planning on trying again tomorrow. If you have any idea what time he'll be back, could you let me know?
Listen, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but Arnold hasn't broken up with his girlfriend.
Huh? What do you mean? I don't understand. You're telling me that after everything, Arnold is still with her? Are you sure?
I'm absolutely sure. But I need to ask, why did you think they broke up? You didn't hear it directly from Arnold, did you? And if I'm not mistaken, you don't even have his contact details, right?
Wait a second. So you're telling me Arnold hasn't broken up with his girlfriend? Are you really certain about this? I mean, I don't have his contact info, but that was because, well, there were personal reasons for both of us. But the thing is, we met when we were both commuting in the mornings. We were always on the same train car, and over time we started noticing each other. I only recently learned his name, so it doesn't really make sense for us to exchange contact details until recently.
But how did you come to think they broke up?
Well, it was a little strange, actually. One day I happened to pass by Arnold's apartment and I saw his girlfriend moving her stuff out. It was all packed up and ready to go, and she was carrying out boxes of furniture. It seemed like she was leaving, so naturally I thought they must have broken up.
No, you completely misunderstood that situation.
Misunderstood? What do you mean? That was a pretty clear sign to me. She was moving all her things out. Isn't that what happens when people break up?
Actually, what you saw was just her moving her things to their new apartment. See, Arnold and his girlfriend work in different industries, and because her busy season ended first, she started the process of moving their stuff ahead of time. She's been packing things little by little, and she's already settled into their new place for now. The move's not over yet, but she's already started living there. So everything you saw was part of the plan for them to start living in the new place together.
Oh, so that means they're not breaking up after all?
Exactly. You completely misread the situation.
I see now. I guess I was just too quick to assume. So Arnold's still with her, huh?
Yes. And now I have to ask you, why did you think they broke up? You must have jumped to conclusions, right?
Well, I guess you're right. But it's hard not to get the wrong idea when you see something like that. I've just been feeling so confused and uncertain, and when I saw her moving all her things, I couldn't help but think it was the end for them.
I understand how you feel, but Arnold and his girlfriend are actually doing just fine. You've got it all wrong.
So Arnold hasn't been able to break up with her? He's still hanging on to her?
What are you even talking about? Arnold's not holding on to anything. He and his girlfriend are in a good place. They've been together for a long time, and nothing's going to change that.
I'm so confused. It's just that when you've had your heart set on someone, it's hard to let go, you know?
I get it. I really do. But Arnold and his girlfriend are solid. You can't just make assumptions about the relationship based on what you saw.
Guess so. But listen, Liam, I know this is probably not the right time, but I want to ask you something. Please tell Arnold the truth. I know what he really feels, even if he's not admitting it. He just needs to be honest with himself and take the courage to move forward for the sake of what we had. Please tell him for me.
Wait a minute. I was going to try and figure out how to say this to you, but since you've asked so directly, I'll just say it as it is.
What are you talking about?
Arnold's girlfriend is my sister.
What? Your sister? Are you serious right now?
Yeah, it's crazy, right? The world really is small sometimes. Actually, when you went to Arnold's apartment earlier today, my sister was there with him.
Wait, what? Your sister was there?
Yeah, it turns out Arnold's been dealing with a stalker situation, and he asked my sister for help. They've been keeping an eye on things together, and when you showed up, well, they weren't exactly expecting you.
Wait, a stalker? I don't understand. Arnold's been having problems with a stalker?
Yeah, that's right. My sister's been helping him out with that. She's been helping him deal with it, making sure he's safe.
But that doesn't make sense. So what about Arnold and my sister? How did they get together?
Well, the whole thing started when Arnold came over to my family's house to visit. My sister happened to be there, and Arnold was immediately taken with her. He spent 6 months chasing after her, and finally she agreed to date him with marriage in mind. They're completely in love with each other, and they've been through a lot together. So to be clear, Arnold isn't interested in anyone else.
You're telling me that Arnold has been in love with your sister the whole time, but I thought we had something special.
I can't believe this, but it's true. And honestly, Arnold and my sister are planning to get married soon.
I just can't process this.
And by the way, Arnold didn't even know about you until now.
Wait, what? But we were always on the same train. How could he not know?
It was just a coincidence. He wasn't even paying attention to you. He's been focused on his own life and his own relationship.
I can't believe this. I thought there was something between us, something real, but it was just a misunderstanding?
Yeah, it was all a misunderstanding, and I think it's time for you to let go.
But wait, I need to understand. Arnold's really not interested in me then?
No, he's not. Arnold's focused on his future with my sister, and that's the reality of the situation.
This is crazy. So what happens now?
Well, now Arnold's moving into his new place. He's already started packing, and by tonight he'll be gone for good. That apartment you were waiting for him in, it's already empty.
No way. This is unreal.
Also, Arnold's changed jobs. He's moving to a new company with a better salary.
What? He's changed jobs too?
Yeah, he finished up his last day at the old place yesterday. He'll be driving to work now, so you won't be running into him on the train anymore.
Liam, what about us? Do you think there's any chance for us?
What do you mean, us? After everything that's happened, you think we can just go back to how things were?
But I still love you, Liam. I'm sure you still care for me too.
No, I don't feel the same anymore. You made your choice and now you need to live with it.
But I thought we had something real. I thought we had a future together.
We don't. Not anymore.
But Liam...
Goodbye, Jody. I don't think I can keep talking about this.
Liam, wait!
As expected, I immediately informed Jody's parents about the situation. I knew it was the right thing to do. They needed to know what had happened, especially since it was such a serious matter. Of course, Jody was devastated, but we both agreed that this was a necessary step in resolving everything. I never expected them to be so understanding, but they took the news better than I had anticipated. I think, deep down, they already knew there was something wrong. Jody's parents, on the other hand, were a bit more complicated. They lived in a more rural area, and at first it seemed like they might try to avoid confronting the situation. But in the end, they decided to come to the city, which I felt was a responsible thing to do. When they arrived, they were incredibly apologetic. They genuinely seemed remorseful for what had happened. Jody's actions had caused so much pain for me, and I had no idea what to expect from her parents. But the sincerity in their apologies was something I hadn't anticipated. They didn't make any excuses for Jody's behavior, which I appreciated. They were simply sorry for what their daughter had done, and that meant a lot to me. When we started talking about Jody's past, things got even more complicated. It turned out that Jody wasn't always the perfect, well-behaved person she portrayed herself to be. She had a history of being manipulative and controlling, something I hadn't been aware of at the time. According to her parents, when she was still living in her hometown, she had a tendency to become overly possessive. As a high school student, Jody had convinced herself that she was the one and only girlfriend of a popular boy in school. She believed that she was the center of his world, and in her mind, no other girl had any business being close to him. She would go so far as to bully and push away any other girls who showed interest in him, even those who were friends or classmates. It sounds unbelievable, but it seems she was very successful in her manipulation at the time. She had a reputation for being this perfect girl, and I guess she used that persona to dominate social situations. However, one day, everything came crashing down for her. She confronted the boy she thought was her boyfriend, only to hear words that completely shattered her self-image. He told her flatly that she was not his girlfriend. In fact, he had never seen her that way. To make matters worse, he told her that he had always disliked her controlling behavior. That moment was a turning point for Jody, and she couldn't handle the humiliation. After that incident, she became an outcast in her hometown, unable to show her face around her peers. The boy she had once believed she was meant to be with had rejected her in the worst possible way, and she couldn't bear the reality of it. In the aftermath of this revelation, Jody's parents said she became very withdrawn. She was so embarrassed by what had happened that she couldn't stay in her hometown anymore. At the time of her high school graduation, she packed up and left, deciding to leave everything behind. It was clear to everyone that she was trying to escape from the reality she had created. But it wasn't that easy for her. Jody's parents, seeing that she was spiraling, tried to bring her back home. But when they did, they didn't exactly give her much of a choice. They had already arranged for her to marry a man much older than her, someone who lived in the neighborhood. This man was in his 40s, and Jody's parents quickly pressured her into marrying him. They saw it as a way to stabilize her life, to give her a chance to grow up and move on from her past mistakes. It wasn't an ideal situation for her, but at that point, it seemed like her parents believed it was the only option. Jody's new husband was someone who didn't have much to offer in terms of love or emotional support. He wasn't abusive or cruel, but he was certainly not the kind of man Jody had ever imagined herself marrying. From what I gathered, her marriage was more of a practical arrangement than a romantic one. But, as Jody's parents had hoped, the structure of the marriage seemed to give her some stability. She began to settle into her new life, and eventually she was able to put her past behind her, at least on the surface. Now Jody is living under the strict supervision of her in-laws. From what I've heard, she's no longer the independent, free-spirited person she once was. The woman who used to act with such confidence and entitlement is now constrained by the watchful eyes of her husband's family. They keep a tight hold on her, making sure she doesn't stray from the path they've chosen for her. It's unclear whether or not Jody has come to terms with her new life, but it seems that her options are now limited. She's stuck in a cycle where she has to meet the expectations of everyone around her, and she has no room for personal freedom. As for her behavior toward me, I can't say that I feel any sense of closure. The apology I received from her parents was appreciated, but it didn't change the fact that I had been hurt deeply. Jody had led me on and then completely blindsided me with her actions. I had trusted her, and in return, she had betrayed that trust in the worst way possible. It's hard to let go of that kind of pain, no matter how much time passes. Her past, though, offers some perspective on why she acted the way she did. From what I understand, Jody had always struggled with issues of self-worth. She had constantly sought validation from others, particularly from men, in order to feel good about herself. When she was younger, she used manipulation and control to get what she wanted. However, as we all know, this kind of behavior eventually backfires. Jody is no exception to that rule. Her world came crashing down when her perfect image was shattered, and it took a toll on her psyche. Now, years later, she seems to be a shadow of the person she once was. I don't know if she'll ever truly find peace with herself, but for now it seems that she's living in a world where she has little control over her own life. She's been forced into a box, and it doesn't seem like she has the courage or the freedom to break out of it. For me, though, this chapter of my life is coming to a close. I've learned a lot from what happened with Jody, and it's shaped who I am today. I'll carry the lessons with me, but I'm ready to move forward. As painful as it was, the experience taught me the importance of trusting my instincts and recognizing when someone's actions don't align with their words. Jody may have apologized, but her actions will always speak louder than her words. I've learned not to make the same mistakes twice, and I've learned that people's pasts often catch up with them. No matter how much they try to hide or cover up, the truth has a way of coming to light eventually. And sometimes, the truth is that people are just not who we thought they were. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.